Bill. Good morning. Welcome. It's day 23 of the 30-day journaling challenge. Welcome. We're going to talk a little bit about Instagram and some tips with stories today, but lovely to see you. Good morning. Nice to see you here. Thanks for being here. Sarah and Victoria, thank you for that. Lovely to see you all. Have you got your bit of paper? If you haven't, you can download it at weaudition.com/blog, or you could just do this in your head. You could just have this on while you're doing other things and just say the things out loud or in your head to yourself. What we try and do every day is reframe our mind, reframe our brain to be more positive, more productive for the day ahead. So you don't need to necessarily write it down if you're not available, if you don't have things, pen and paper available. Still useful to do just to frame up our minds for a day ahead. If you do have a bit of paper, pop at the top the day of the week. Pop the date in there if you're going to save it, or if you want to file them or order them for any reason. I sometimes don't do that. I keep them for a few days and then they either get reused or go in the bin because I don't necessarily have time or want to look through them and go over them. But it's sometimes very useful, especially if you're doing a sprint. Tomorrow, we're going to start a sprint. I really hope you're going to be on board with that. I've had loads of emails from people saying what they're going to do, asking for tips or information or help, and I've helped a couple of people with content that they're going to shoot for their own show reel. Smashing it, like brilliant. You guys doing your own show reel piece is absolutely fine. So adding things in for your show reel, absolutely fine. So tomorrow we're going to put day 1 of 7 at the top. Today leave that out the top right hand corner, but we are going to introduce ourselves. Introduce yourself to me. If you haven't got a bit of paper, say it out loud. If you have got a bit of paper, write it in there so you can look back on that maybe, or refer to it if you want to, or just to put it out there into the world to solidify it. Put it down there. Introduce yourself to me. Hello, I'm Richard. I'm an actor and I'm really into journaling. Nice to meet you. Oh, tell me more about that. Do you remember those social situations? I think it was last year, wasn't it? Last big one really for me was Sundance this year in February, a long time ago now. We had some MVPs up in a big house for Sundance Film Festival, and it was absolutely wonderful and a very special time. And I don't think it will be like that for a few years, if ever. So a really special time. And thank you to all those MVPs who came along, those most valuable players from We Audition that came along and joined us in the We Audition house for Sundance Film Festival 2020. Are you grateful for anything? Are you grateful for anything? Write down 3 things that you are grateful for. Should be easy now. Should be easy. Is it the beautiful misty day? It's beautiful where I am today. Is it something that happened yesterday? Were you celebrating yesterday? Were you celebrating Thanksgiving yesterday? Maybe. Write down what you're grateful for. I'm grateful for you. And I say it every day, and I'm grateful for the We Audition community and its members. Absolutely wonderful people. You guys continue to amaze me and inspire me with your creativity and your commitment and your hard work and your just ability to get on with people, and it's brilliant. 3 things that you're grateful for. Right. Yeah, you met Bianca. Hi. Hi. Amazing. Yes, you missed out if you didn't join us there. I am. Write down 3 things that I am, or that you are. I am happy. I'm great at acting. I am a great fill in the blanks. Write that down every day. It's really difficult to say that you are something. It's really difficult to reinforce that. It's really difficult to talk about yourself in the positive like that. Do it. We're not very good as British people doing that. Got a lot of catch-ups on here on American time. You're a bit better at it, aren't you, Americans? You are. I mean, you are a bit better at that. But we all benefit from it, I think. Pop down 3 things that I am, and also write down what you deserve. What do you deserve? What do you deserve this coming year? What do you deserve if you finish this sprint? If you've been doing this whole challenge from day one, and I'd like to hear from you if you have, and if you finish this challenge, what do you deserve? Is there something, a treat or a special thing that you're going to do if you manage to do this? Is there something that you are going to give yourself if you complete this next sprint coming up? Maybe. Think about what you deserve. If you work hard, you deserve success. You do. If you're aiming at something and you achieve that, you deserve it. You should believe that as well. And there are some things that you accept. Sometimes the world deals us up some rubbish things. I mean, this year has been full of it. Pop down some things that you accept. If you think, that's worrying me a little bit, or I'm not achieving this because of this, or I'm worrying about this. A big one is anxiety. People are talking a lot about anxiety lately, and sometimes there's barriers that we put up. Write down something, cross it out. Are you worried about what people think of you? Cross it out. Are you worried about something? I can't think of anything else. Like, there are lots of things that worry people. Put it down. And then talk about your personal brand, your personal actor brand. We've talked a lot about this. One of the most popular videos of this. If you haven't seen the video of me dressed as a US Marine from the 1970s, I think it was, check out that video, because we talk about actor branding, and it's talking about taking a piece of your authentic self and using that as part of a marketing tool. That is the base that you create your marketing tools from. Your actor brand should be your authentic self, and then you market that through your brand, through your marketing materials out there to casting directors, agents, producers. That is what sells, and eventually then you sell that to your fan base, and the products that you make, your movies that you make, or your films that you make, or your TV series will be enhancing that and contributing to that, and then that's how we do well. It's important to start off to know what it is. Put down your personal actor brand. Yesterday, something great happened, didn't it? What happened yesterday that was great? Was it Thanksgiving? Was it spending nice time with people that you love? Was it a productive day yesterday? Something great happened yesterday. Pop that down. And did you say that you do something yesterday? If you did, write that down. I mean, I said I'd do this. I said I'd do it for 30 days. I'm sticking with it. This is a good example of what I might put in here. I have to do it, though, because I've committed to doing it to you guys, and I've committed to doing it to We Audition, so I have to do it. And that's a good way sometimes of sticking to something, telling someone else, having an accountability partner to do this. So I had 2 people that emailed me for to be an accountability partner to do this, Andre and Jerem. It helps having an accountability partner you can check in with, because if you let them down, if you let someone else down, sometimes that's easier to do something so you don't let someone else down. That's something we can do to keep our promises to people and keep our promises to ourselves. Sometimes a nice technique. Are you going to do something today? Is there something that you're going to do today? Is there one thing that you're going to do? I'd like you to put down prepare for my sprint tomorrow. I'd really, really like to see you do this sprint with me. You don't have to do it. None of this you have to do. It's all stuff that has benefited me, and I'm sharing what has benefited me in my life. You don't have to do this. There's certain types of people, and certain people like to not do what they're told, and I'm often one of those people. So I really, really appreciate that. I don't work well being told what to do. However, when I find things that work for me, I'm happy to share them. And this is something that's really worked for me in my life. So write that down. Tomorrow is going to be great. Today is going to be great. And tomorrow I will. I'd like you to put down tomorrow I will start my 7-day sprint to achieve, and write down what you're going to achieve. Can we do that together? Is that all right? I'd love it if you could do this, please. I'd love it. I've had a lot of emails of people that are doing this, so I know some people are. I'm not talking to no one. Please write down tomorrow I will start my 7-day sprint to achieve, and then write down what you're going to achieve. Write down what you're going to aim at for those 7 days, because we're going to really hit that hard this week. I really, really hope that we can do that together. And then our visualization today, I'd like you to visualize completing that task, that 7-day task. I'd like you to complete that thing, that showreel piece, that script you do, that training course, Cara, that she's writing. She's going to have that available in 7 days. It's only 1 week, and it will be finished in 1 week. Hit it hard. And then we talked a little bit about urgency and importance for this coming week. I'd really like you to say anything that isn't urgent, put it back. If anything is not important, if it's not important or urgent, don't do it. Just say, I'm not going to do that. I'm so sorry. It's not important and it's not urgent. I'm not going to do it at all. If it's not urgent, but it is important, put it in your diary to do after we finish this sprint. It'll free up some time. Really concentrate on doing that. Right. Are you going to do something else to make someone feel special today? I hope you are. I hope there's something that you can do. You can find time to do that. It'll reframe your mind into giving. It'll reframe your mind into putting out there into the world. What you put out there into the world comes back. And are you giving something up? Are you giving something up for something else? We haven't got finite time. If you're going to do this sprint, if you're going to achieve this thing in 7 days, then you're going to need to give something up. It's just how it is. There's not an infinite time. And I wish there was more time. There's so many things to do in the world. You're going to give something up. You're going to give something up for something else. You got a most important task? If you have, pop that down there. I'd like to think that might be preparing for your sprint. Maybe it might be reframing exactly what that is. It might be something else that you've got to do. Maybe you've got to finish a task today so you can do the sprint tomorrow. I appreciate it's a Saturday tomorrow. I appreciate it's a 7-day sprint covering a weekend and a week. Whatever day you started, it will cover a weekend. But it's worth it if you do it. And we're coming up to a time when work will start again. Why not? It's good every day to do some exercise, read a script with someone, improve memory, work on an accent, and do 5-minute blocks of social media stuff. I want to talk a little bit about Instagram as well. We've talked about some of the other ones as well. You guys on Instagram probably are smashing it. You're probably doing way better than us on We Audition. But people on YouTube, maybe it's something you want to look at. Instagram is probably the biggest social media platform, but for actors and for performers and for people putting themselves out creatively, because it's such a visual medium, it's really important to be on Instagram. Right, not just Instagrams. You put down things into your feed. Get my words out. What it's called? Your feed, your wall, your grid of stories. Okay, that's Instagram 101. Are you doing stories? Are you doing stories regularly? Are you putting them on the top? We do this a lot with We Audition. We found massive benefits to engaging with our community with stories because they appear to everybody else. So stories, need to be doing those as well. Yeah, JD, that's right. Yeah, say what JD says. And also there are reels as well. So probably in the summer this year, they brought out reels, which are small little videos that you can edit and put together. Lots of influencers uses them for, I mean, you could do edits very easily in them. It's like a little editor that you can put together a series of edited clips to make a little story. Those are massively engaging on the sharing pages on other people's things. When other people explore, they show up really high, and they're really, really pushing that. They've been pushing it since the summer. You really need to be doing reels as well. So get your brand in order. Make sure your Instagram wall and your feed looks fantastic. And you only have to have 9 pictures on there. You don't have to have, you have 1 picture on there, but you don't have to have a million on there. Get that to match up your brand. When you add some stories, you can also add them to highlights as well. I'm sorry if I'm talking to the converted here on Instagram. I'm probably talking to people who know more than me, but some people don't know about this. I didn't know about it recently. Stories, you can add them every day. They only stay up for 24 hours. They're 15 seconds each. You do a picture, you can add graphics to them. They look great. They're really engaging. They appear across the top of people who follow you's feed. Really, really good way to be on the top of their feed or in their face all the time. And you can say things that are going on now. Really, really good. You can take your best of those and put them onto your profile. It's the highlights. Those are the circles that you see underneath. And then you can create stories. Now, they're on the tabs on the bottom, but you can make a story, add it to your stories page. That will stay there forever. That will then be shareable and going out when people go onto their explore page and they're looking, that they can find you on that. But then you can also add that story to, that reel. You can also add that reel to your story, which then will give you that story to show to people on the top of their feed and then go through to your story. So another way to find you. Take some time to check Instagram out, because as a creative, as a person that is doing visual stuff, you should be on there. And I think if you know your brand and you're working on your marketing materials, it's a good opportunity to engage with an audience and grow your brand, grow your audience. As I say, I'm not an expert on Instagram, but it's a really important thing to do for us actors. Right, I think I'm done for the day. This evening, I am going to talk about 3 wonderful things that happened to me. I should know by now, I still have to look down. Something that I learned. I will learn something every day, and I learned more about stories and the ability to share them yesterday, which I looked up. And tomorrow will be great. Tomorrow will be great because we're going to start our sprint. If you want to know my email address, it's richard@weaudition.com. If you want to download any of these templates that we're talking about and doing it, writing it down so you can save them, it's weaudition.com/blog. And then you can download for free. You don't need to be a member. You can download those and have a look. If you'd like to be a member, I'd love you to be a member of weaudition.com. It's a fantastic community. You can sign up at weaudition.com. It's a community of like-minded people, professional actors, sharing and helping each other with self-tapes. You can earn money being a reader. You can be a reader for other people, and you can have readers on demand that will help you read. So if you need to read every day, you can do that. Work on your sprint. Work on what you're going to do this week, and I know that you're going to do well with it. I'll see you tomorrow. Please come with your A game tomorrow. Nice to see you. Love you all. Goodbye.